Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. The closing part of the prayer reminds us of one of the most missed points of our prayer life, to shape our hearts to be just like God's. Prayer aligns our mind, our body, and our spirit to be just like God created us to be. So with that in mind, the closing is fitting. It says, lead us not into temptations. So a couple thoughts on that. First, we never look more unlike God than when we sin. At its core, sin is all about allowing the selfish desires within all of our hearts to win the day. Have you ever seen those memes that are popular right now with the caption, "They let the intrusive thought win"? The idea is it captures someone doing something they would never normally do, but they let the random thought slip from their brain into action. I saw some examples of the letting the intrusive thought win when someone said, "I dyed my hair pink last night." Or another was this video of a dad with a friend driving down their car in the road and grabs the baby and holds the baby outside the window. Like a terrible decision and things you would maybe think of but never do. But we've all been there to varying degrees. The point is, if we slowed down, we would never have allowed that silly thing to happen. We would never have said that. And so lead us not into temptation. That's a prayer where we are to slow down, where we're to think about, what is the evil I'm tempted to do? We slow down and don't respond out of our thought processes that are broken, but seeking the wisdom of God, we slow down enough to hear from God. We slow down enough so that the temptation doesn't win. The other thing that's fascinating about this is the word temptation itself. It's not lead us not into sin, but into temptation. Temptation occurs before the problem occurs. Temptation isn't wrong in and of itself. Temptation is the inflection point. It's the place where we get to decide who's in charge. Temptation is where we live on the edge of good and evil. So in your prayer life, how much time do you dedicate to processing with your Heavenly Father, with God, the temptations that are laid out before you that day? How much time do you spend proactively making decisions before temptation comes your way, how you're going to respond? You know, one of the reasons I pack my lunch first thing every morning is I know if I wait until I'm about to leave, the temptation to just eat at a restaurant will be too strong and I'm going to be in a hurry on my way out the door and I will not be able to resist it on the way out. And I think we all need to pray in advance before the temptations that are coming our way. And in doing so, God can deliver us from the evil one. So slow down and decide now with God how you're going to respond.